cloud being one of the biggest topics, everybody we talk to, all the partners we have today, all the vendors we engage with, can give huge amount of savings. And where we are trying to get to is a business case we can put forward in front of the executives who make the decisions. Here are some hard dollar savings. And we've done, everybody done something. I'm not saying we haven't. And we've done some small scale too. Our entire e-learning system is cloud-based. And this is where, it's really good. After deploying it for 16 months, the executives came back and said, hey, everything is in the cloud. We are doing e-learning. We should look for reduction in our on-site training cost. Everybody had a mandate to come back and tell how much are we saving, which is a good move. Now you're saying, we went there, show us the value. We are trying to embrace that in this framework. How do we quantify it? How do we calculate it? How do we present it? So that's why I'm asking the question.
But where I personally see that customers are starting to see the real value is when you start to look at a Salesforce or a SaaS solution as more of a platform perspective, and start to say when we add on, just let's just say employee enablement type of solutions, right? So it's not just about case management. It's about, okay, well, if I have, if we want to start to now manage things like vacation time, well, what is an easy way to add on to that platform to say, look, we want to add 3 or 4 extra applications or services to our employees, and not having to worry about, worrying about, okay, well, there's a change management component. There's how do we roll this out to our to the testers and then move towards the general population. You have to think about things like what does the testing environment look like, and when you have all those components in place, adding on is truly where you start to get incredible efficiencies, because you're paying for the platform, not necessarily the application.
So IT today, if you were to start a business from scratch, you would not do what you're doing today. You would do what Salesforce is doing today. So if you had to start a business today, you'd be in a far better position, because you would not be building an on-premise environment. You would be building relationships. You would be building relationships with vendors. You would be brokering for your services. So I think what I have found is that you do have to build a business case of what IT needs to look like, not so much the saving side first. But what does IT have to look like, your future state IT, to grow with the business? So I don't know if and that will shape the dollar side.
At obsolescence, I basically got a green field with some of these things. Before that, there is no value proposition. I already own all the servers. Right. They're all running everything I got to run, and I'm not growing 1,000 people at a time. But I think at obsolescence is where you have an opportunity now to say, okay, now we're going to do a business case looking at both.
Yeah.
Before I got I got the knife to my throat where I have to do something. Let's do the business case and say I'm going to have 6,000, 20,000 users. In my case, 14,000. This is what the licensing would cost. This is what the servers would need to look like. That's where you have a chance, right? And to build sort of the 2 models or 3 models, whatever opportunities you have.